Let's get ready to crumble. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. It must be 4 o'clock on Wednesday. I know we always start at 4:06, but today I thought, no, I'm going to catch these people napping.
Off guard.
Right? So, for those of you who've missed the first 6 minutes,
Greg caught me napping.
yeah.
It'll be the best jokes told in the first 6 minutes.
You're getting to see a little background before the show kind of stuff because we're 5 minutes ahead of ourselves here. Kush Queen actually rolls all of the joints for Vancouver, not just... So she's just finishing up all the stuff that's going out to Surrey.
Surrey, yeah, dropping it off on my way home.
The Surrey Reapers right there, going out the door right away.
Yeah, so joining me at the desk here is Al the Alchemist.
Hi.
Completely to the south of me, and somewhere in between is Kush Queen.
Hi, hola, hola.
So yeah, thrilled that everybody could be here today. We got Jeremiah at the helm over there, and there we are. We have friends in the house and friends at home. So thanks for joining us. I'm Marijuana Man, and that's how that all
That's about
figures
that,
out. Yeah. Today's show, I just want to reassure you that there's Jeremiah. Courtney, too.
We'll fix that cam. Still having an issue, right?
But today's show, I just want to assure all the viewers that we are protecting the youth for the whole hour. It's all about protecting the
Looks like we got a camera freeze at the moment here.
Huh?
Hold on a second. I'm not sure if it's
Camera
still stuck
freeze?
on us.
So this is perfect time for me to go to my jacket and get my papers?
Yep.
It would be, actually.
All right.
And
We
to
might
get
have
something
to,
to help thaw out the camera.
Okay.
So we're off the air? I don't have...
They can't see us.
They can't see you because it's just got us frozen.
Listen to the sound of
Looks
my
like we're going to
voice.
have to
No, listen to the sound
start
of
this
my
thing
voice.
again.
This is my voice that you're hearing.
Follow my
If you can
voice.
still hear the sound of my voice...
Drowning out the sound of your voice with
We're
my
going to take
voice.
a quick break and start this
Do
program
not,
again because
under
it just
any
crashed.
circumstances,
Listen
move
to my
towards the
voice.
sound of my voice.
My voice.
If my
I always
voice
say, don't push the
sound-
deal.
Let's get ready to stumble.
Yeah.
Here we go
That's what we
again.
just did.
Well,
No,
We,
we
uh,
have 2 minutes of good airtime.
we
You're
learned
getting the full Monty here. It doesn't matter.
we learned a big lesson today. So there you go. That's all that matters.
I'm going to communicate the lesson we learned. We learned that if we start at 4 o'clock, we can get 2 minutes of solid entertainment,
Then
6
we need
minutes
a-
of complete, absolute wonder from the viewers, and then pop back on at 4:08 and still give you the same amount of quality airtime that you get from us every week on From Under the Seed Desk. Yeah, that's right.
I'm eating those right now.
Couldn't have said it better myself if I hadn't written it and put it on that cue card.
I'm fucking glad somebody
Right?
wrote that and put it on the cue card, man, because I would have been lost trying to remember that shit. I couldn't have even improv that.
So, potentially, we went
thank
away
you.
for a moment.
Bless you.
Bless me.
Although I'm not qualified, bless you.
Bless me.
Sweet is making me sneeze.
Oh,
I'm
there we
completely
are.
unqualified to pass on that.
We're now mirrored.
Wow.
And there's some chattery. Oh, we got chat.
Chattery.
Dang
It's like pottery, but with people.
It's the chattery barn.
Where's my thing?
So thanks for getting into the chat. Thanks to all the people who watched our show last week. I hope that you actually noticed that Al and I were here. So if you didn't see last week's show, go have a look at them.
At them. Oh, boy.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Come on, you guys. It just
We
looks so bad.
tease. Yeah, we love it. We
Mine are
absolutely
real.
love it. We love
That's why their love's so bad.
We love Kush Queen and having you here all the time.
I love being here. I got mine.
Snow, yeah. So this will get pieced together, is that what you said, Jared? They'll actually see that first part, and I don't have to go over all
We're
that.
still going on the same event, so it'll piece the whole event together.
Oh,
Anything that
good.
we got.
Because the very first part of the show is shit that I just totally make up.
Every
I'm
week,
not
every week.
sure that it could match as nicely. So today's show, as I mentioned, is all about injuring the youth. Is that what I said? No,
opposite.
protecting the youth.
Protecting
We're we're not going to go after the youth. So yeah, it's protecting youth madness out there in the world. That's all they got left. That's the last bastion of prohibition, is to protect the youth.
Well, they haven't brought up the pets in a long time, so.
Yeah, the pets seem to be doing okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of K9 units out of work, right? So
There are going to be.
there's a lot of special interest dog groups coming out to try to cash in on
Yeah,
the new
that's-
legal marijuana that they'll want to protect.
It's true. Well, there's a new service, K911.
K9 one.
They're trying to incorporate them into answering phones, distress calls, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's not going so good, but evolution, right?
And
It
that
all takes time.
new group in Colorado, the K Delta 9,
K Delta 9, yeah.
they'll protect your weed grow, because their motto is, "We can smell your weed." So, you want to look for that coming soon.
And then there's the adoption one. K, I'm just a dog.
SPCA is getting into it. SPCA.
Adopt an unemployed police dog.
And the dank. Yeah, adopt an unemployed cop dog. No, really, they're safe, will be their motto. Don't leave your weed laying around. So we're thrilled to be here every week, and thanks to a lot of people who made our new studios as nice as they are. Crop King Sublimator. Who else we got? Sarah Sunday and the Karma Cup.
Medtainer.
3 happy cats. Medtainer. So yeah, thanks to all those people for kicking down large so that we could spice it up in here. It looks really nice. Thanks to Jer and all the others responsible for plugging it all in. So, thanks to Dylan, too, for coming in, filling in at the seed desk so I can get away to do the show. Come down, see us at Vancouver Seed Bank in British
Columbia.
anytime you want, 7 days a week. We're there at the desk at Marc Emery's Cannabis Culture Headquarters, surrounded by lounges and dabbing and smoking. Come on down, take part in all of that.
Bye, beautiful. Just had to one-up me, eh? You hear that? I called her beautiful, and then he calls her Courtney Pie.
That's
Just
her
has to
name.
one-up me every time.
Her name is legally Courtney Pie. She
That's-
actually used to think that was her name when she was
That's
a
her
kid.
Christian name.
Oh, look at that handsome man.
Courtney Pie. Oh, it's like a fish tank. Hey? We get
How
our
much for that Emery in the window?
Yeah.
The one with the shiny green bone.
yeah, we got Mark peering at us through the window. The neighbors are saying, "Hey, you kids, keep it down in there."
There you go.
He'll be in here complaining in a minute. But got some spectacular marijuanas here. Nice big bud of Burmese haze to
Oh, boy.
consume. Oh, there's the neighbor coming in, pissed off.
Oh,
Eh?
he's mad. Hello. Greetings,
Mark's
Mark.
in the house. We can.
Indeed.
You could get an Emery cam if you switch that one around there, Al.
Yeah. Our good bud Mark Cam.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Double dutying. And we probably got a microphone too. For any.
There's Emery Cam.
that's
There he is.
Hang on, we're gonna get you set up here, Mark.
Here's a mic. I got a second mic for him.
Even better.
Yeah. What time of day is it? We must be getting close to 4:20.
TV.
There's.
We even have a visit
there's
from Marc Emery.
Here's an interesting tidbit you might not know. There's a certain cab company.
Yes.
I'm not going to name which one because they just haven't paid Pot TV enough for advertising on the air. So forget that. But this cab company, I have pretty good friends. Every time I call this cab company regularly, and they refer to this area as
The downtown east side.
Emeryville.
Oh, what?
No way.
Yeah.
That
This is your official
Wow.
village.
Well, she put something on top of the building.
Love
maybe.
it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should lobby the city to get those banners that they put up on the light posts. Just for this little part of the block, Emeryville. Or even the pot block. So how's things, Mark?
Well, I was excited because we had 2 successful ventures here recently on weekends. The glass exhibition, the Ultra Glass Show, and then the Zen Extract Party was lots of fun. And we've got so many cool things coming up. The 420, of course, now is at Sunset Beach.
Yeah.
And we're going to start selling out booths for that. I think that's February 15th. And I'm going to be in Toronto and various places, Seville in May for the expo in Sevilla, Spain.
Oh, nice.
Jody and I will be there. And then we're hoping to spend 3 days in Tangiers, Morocco.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty affordable, actually. And then come back via Madrid. And we were going to go out to give the special opening to Goodweeds in Toronto on May 11 and 12, or sorry, March 11 and 12. And we may yet be doing that, but since Chris and Aaron were raided and can't be on the premises, I don't know how that's going to go.
Yes.
Though they're open again, and that's great.
Yeah, good on those guys.
And I met another woman from a place called The Farm Assists, as in 2 words, and Farm Assists in Halifax. And she said she's been arrested and jailed multiple times for her dispensary, which they persist in keeping open even when they go to jail and get released. So
good for them.
there's a variety of people across Canada willing to go to jail. I'd say probably more than most places.
Well, this is certainly the time to put the pressure on the government and the rest of the country to have us here by staying open and continuing to open new places, as anybody who wants to open a pot place should.
Well,
right
there's
away.
a new dispensary opening every day or so. I've been surprised to learn that there's
Here in
5
Vancouver?
dispensaries in Vernon, British Columbia. There's like 24 in Victoria, several in Nanaimo, a couple in Salmon Arm, and so on it goes throughout the community. Kimberley, BC, all these different places, and now Halifax, you find out, has one, and Windsor opened a lounge this week for it. So, there's a daily commercial activity or a commercial opening or beginning going on across
Well, maybe
Canada.
that's what Justin's waiting for.
Well, that's what
for
I
us to
think. By
get
the time
enough
they come up with their
dispensaries.
legalization scheme, and I think they're just going to take it out of the schedule and let the provinces regulate it, there should be about 1,000 outlets in the country dispensing marijuana in some public form or another. And I think there's, some of the dispensaries in Vancouver here now are just taking adult identification, not necessarily seeking out a medical permit.
That's
Since
good.
the city that regulates them has no legal right to ask for anything to do with what their medical program. So really, any adult in this city can buy from any of the medical marijuana licensed places, and I think everybody's going to be relatively secure in that transaction. So we're going to see
good.
more of that.
That's good
Less
to know.
emphasis on the medical and more emphasis on the access for
Well,
everybody.
We'll overgrow legalization now.
Yeah, well, we have to. We have to keep ahead of them. See, they think they're going to tell us like they're our parents, and these are all people that don't smoke pot or consume pot or grow pot or sell it.
Yes.
It's like having, the Apple Growers Association of Canada being run by people who don't eat apples, don't grow them, and don't sell them,
And don't
in
like
fact
them.
have nothing to do with it, and generally don't like apples either, right? That would be the same as what we're being forced to deal with. All these people want to tell us how we're going to get our marijuana, and we already got that covered. We're just looking for a change in our legal status, not a whole way of life reinvented. We already know all that other stuff, right? And I always think it's funny how the biggest concern for all the adulterants that might be on the pot are from people that don't smoke pot and are talking out of the greatest of ignorances.
Yeah,
You know,
really.
if they'd have bought pot from street dealers for 25 years, they'd know how to make sure they got good weed. Right, you're never going to get burned more than once, and it's not going to be that bad, you know. So they're worried about us like we're getting fentanyl in our weed every second buy we might make, right? And of course, this shows you that we're not dealing with people who know anything about pot or pot culture.
Happy 420.
Happy 420.
Happy 420.
Okay.
Well, we'll let Mark get a bong hit into him.
Happy
So-
420.
Yeah, happy 420 out there. Hope you all got something great to smoke. Can we see who's in the chat here a little bit?
Yeah.
Jody.
We've got
Emery.
Jody,
Emery.
John, Professor Ziggy,
Wow.
Silver Lake.
Yeah, he comes
else do
visits
we have
the
in here?
chat.
I'm trying to get him to bring some Romulan over.
The Hash Company Cannabis Entertainment, Mr. Cookie.
Yeah, wow. Mr. Cookies.
What
in
did
the chat too.
Professor Ziggy think of the new Star Wars? As I know he's a Star Trek fan, so. They are, but I'm sure he's interested in both.
Some of the outdoor stuff.
Professor Ziggy used to love listening to Coast to Coast on radio for all those UFO and
Yeah.
We're talking maybe 20 years ago now, though. Almost, it's scary to
Yeah.
think that's
Jody's
when
so
were
cute.
producing seed.
So yeah, things are moving along pretty good out there in the world now. The whole defense that they've got left now.
Professor Ziggy
is,
says he hates Star Wars. With an exclamation mark at the end.
Wow.
That was the answer, yeah.
Kush Queen,
Hi.
you lovely thing.
Yes?
And looking more buxom and lovely than ever, and that's saying something. But where's your calendar that you said was going to be out? What's going on with the calendar?
It's out already.
What? And I haven't seen it?
How come I don't have one yet?
It's selling at my store. I wasn't able to put it online or anything like that, so I'm just selling it at my store and hoping to.
Well, why didn't you at least bring some by? It seems odd you wouldn't even mention it on the show here.
I have
that
a
you've
bunch
got
of
a-
times. I have.
Oh, okay.
I've definitely mentioned it. I haven't brought any by though. That is my bad.
And yet, you know, I'm one of the many males who live to imagine your breasts. So, I mean, a calendar. Like, come on.
It is quite the
365
calendar.
days a year, you're missing a hot market
It is
target.
a great calendar, I will say.
Are you a bit self-conscious about bringing this calendar around to your friends?
Not at
Because we
all.
know you as more than just a sex symbol.
Not
Yeah.
at all.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Okay, well, where can people get hold of your calendar?
They're at my work.
Which is?
Vancouver Pain Management Society.
Oh, okay.
2137 Commercial Drive.
Exclusive distributors of
Yeah.
this rare, unseen calendar.
That's right. But I can bring a few down here for all my special friends
Oh,
here.
for my special friends,
Yeah,
right.
you guys are my special friends.
We loved you before you were big.
That's right. Before
Yeah,
I became
that's
this
right.
famous Kush Queen that I am.
We'll be happy to look at the calendar any day of the week.
Now, where'd you get that hat? That's
Any
a
month of
cool
the
toque,
year.
a woman's toque. You look very much
Yes.
après ski. You look very Canadian like that.
Thank
Where's
you.
the hat from?
This is from Crown the Queens.
Yeah.
It's a store in, I want to say, Edge of Gastown. It's on Cordova, but I'm a big fan. I like
All
their
right.
stuff. It's kind of LA inspired.
So, is there a website where they can find your calendar online for
No,
sale?
not yet. I'm working on that.
You realize you're going to need somebody to tutor you in marketing, right? Merchandising and stuff
Yes.
like that.
Well,
'Cause
see,
it's
I'm
like-
just starting, so maybe.
How many calendars
someone
did you
wants
make?
I made 50.
50?
And I've
Oh, these are
sold-
rare.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I just did
limited
a
print
first
run.
go, see how it goes. And I've sold already, I want to say close to half, about 25 calendars so far.
Okay, and how much
Sold.
are they each?
$20.
Okay.
And
Made
people
60s.
are
Is
requesting
that the clean
me-
version?
It's
And
a
then
bit
there's
more
two
reserved.
versions?
Like there's not, boo boo. But I did do a photo shoot with lingerie in a grow up, and those photos are coming out very soon. I think I want to make posters out of those ones and see how it goes.
Wow.
I'm basically just trying this all out because I'm trying to get my name out there. And
Typically,
I wanna see
you release
what-
You release calendar so in October.
Yes.
Not January.
This was just a very big rush, and I was just like, let's do it last minute. I did it right before Christmas. And so far they're selling pretty
What do
good.
you-
I
made
mean, but
sick- made
because
sick
they're
too?
selling at, in February and January, they're not selling as fast. But
Yes, yes. All our
But-
calendars are down to $4.95 now.
yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly.
Like 12% off each month.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but what it's telling me is that the fact that they are at least selling is that I'm going to get in the works for my next year's calendar.
So how are things down at Pain Management Society?
Really good.
I love the Butterman. He paid for my teeth. I wouldn't look as presentable at my old age
He
as
is a
I
very
do
good man.
if the Butter King hadn't
Yes.
hadn't really sprung for my dental realignment.
he cares for you very much.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. That's
Yeah.
why all the people I care about the most are the people whose dispensaries are all endangered. Right? I
very
mean,
true.
notwithstanding David Mama Levine got his license too.
Yeah.
So, Butter King, are you guys going to be able to stay there on Commercial Drive?
We got our notice of no,
Okay.
but we have gone to the variance board. So
Okay.
we have our fingers crossed that we will get some sort of an extension.
When's your
and we
meeting
can
before
stay
the Board of
longer.
Variance, you know?
Janice, when's our meeting with the variance board?
Our hearing's in the middle of June. We have to have all our paperwork in 30 days early, so that they can prep their side of our case.
But at least you know you're going to be open for the rest of the year, more or less,
Yes.
at the very least.
Yeah.
So probably everybody else will be too, and
The
that's good.
variance board.
It will take
The
them 4
variance
to
board.
6 weeks to decide on our case. So
Yeah,
when they
takes
hear-
about 4 to 6 weeks to decide, and then
So mid-August.
we'll know from then.
They give you a good idea of your, at the end of your hearing, they say what way they feel they would vote. They vote, actually, they vote.
You have to hope this Board of Variance are made up of stoners. That would be a very interesting breakdown of who, the makeup of these boards.
30 days to appeal the board.
No, their decision's final. There is no appeal to the Board of Variance. Once they rule,
You'd think there
that-
would be with a name like that, though.
The Board of
There's a
Variance.
bit of a variance here, and you go, well, there's no appealing.
Anyways, it can go 3 ways. They
Sub.
accept, they give an, which they rarely do. They accept our variance or application for variance, which they rarely do. Pull out, okay, we're variance bylaw. Apparently, they never do that.
So you have a good argument for the Board of Variance as to why you should be allowed to stay.
Yeah,
What
well,
is it?
we're just gonna try and prove hardship that, moving and, we've been
Would be
there
bad
and
for your clients, I would think.
Well, we have so many patients who are relying on us where we are already. We're close to a Sky Train. We're very
Microphone.
Sorry, we're close to a Sky Train.
We're not really concerned about our members because they know that they're gonna support us and want us to stay there. That doesn't really prove its hardship, but apparently you can't use your lease as a part of the hardship. And
Well.
we're very close to the, limit, like we're within 10 meters, so what we're proving is no effect, as well as hardship.
Well, I wish you the best of luck in staying open. I hope we all stay open.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely want to
Yeah.
stay.
Mentioned there's over 40 different appeal hearings or board hearings. That's why we have to wait till June. 'Cause it's
There
almost
are so many.
All the best wishes to
People.
Pain Management Society on
you, Mark.
Commercial and Thurlow. Or is this
No,
commercial?
we closed the Thurlow
Okay.
location.
And,
Just
and
commercial.
Steve the Butter King has always been awesome to me, so people should spend their money at that place for sure. And
Thanks for that.
We'll
Yeah.
see how the dust all settles too as we move closer and closer to some sort of regulatory regime. Strict
well, what we need is we need the
Well,
city
till
to be
then, we're
issuing
having lots of shows
business
down at our
licenses
place.
for
So come on
lounges.
down.
Yeah.
Come and party down
So,
with us in the Butter King.
Come support all the businesses.
Yeah.
Go out,
Do
make a
not
lot of money.
Buy
And by the
from
way,
your
we told,
LPs.
remind our
Come
American
to my
friends,
dispensary.
Boycott the LP.
the
Yes.
Americans out there, it's like you get a 40% discount now when you come to Canada.
Oh, yeah.
The whole country is on sale.
Our
Every
money's
bit of
worth
it.
nothing.
40% off in US dollars since like 2 years ago. So, for example, if you came and would normally pay, like we do, $10 Canadian for a gram of weed, that's only $6.28 US. So you can see how it's really going to be cheap if you visit here, and that's what we're hoping. Our hotels are 40% less, and UVA down on Seymour at Helmkin is $98 Canadian a night to get a hotel room in the downtown. and that's like $62 American. 62 bucks American for a hotel room in downtown Vancouver. Weed is cheap. Our lounge is going to be cheap for Americans. Just bring U.S. money and change it at a bank. You're going to get a shocking amount of money in exchange
Are
for that
weeds
U.S.
better than Colorado too? So,
Absolutely.
so come
Ew.
on.
Well, you know what though? Now
True,
we have
I
to
just
shit or
had
get
a-
off the pot because we have weed in our lounge and dabs, and we do have some really good pot up there. So I would dare say that we think our weed is amongst the best that they're going to get, and our shatter and butter is of similarly high quality. So they can come and test out the theory. And so a $5 dab here is really just $3.20 US.
Can't do better than
$3
that.
bong rip is $2.15 US. So
Spectacular
great.
skiing right up at Whistler,
pretty good.
just like Colorado. Come on.
And everything's 40% off there too.
So I went on.
Whose weed is this? This is like burning ash white. Look at that. That is the cleanest,
Yeah.
best flushed joint I've seen in a long time.
It's,
What is this?
I don't know what. I don't know what it is.
Well, the Burmese haze though had a nice fruity taste.
Some
when I said it.
commercial crap that I have here. No, I don't know. I've lost track of what it is. I don't think it was
Oh,
the
it's
Burmese
beautifully
haze.
flushed. This is just so turns to ash white and drops right
Yeah,
off.
it's spectacular marijuana, some of the best. But I went on to there's a page out there called Mary Jane that I've been watching as they've grown, and they're all about improving the image of, and they keep saying the cannabis culture, but Snoop Dogg has a show on that, so I just actually went and looked at that to, see how the competition looks out there on the internet, and Snoop Dogg's a big deal, and yeah.
Hey, there's Johnny B. Aren't you supposed to be incapacitated in some hospital bed
Doesn't he
somewhere
look like a
with
European
bed
soccer
sores or something?
hoodlum?
Or is that not started yet? Tomorrow. Ah, well,
Total
Best
soccer
of-
hoodlum from Liverpool.
so how did you raise $1,000 for cancer, John Burfellow, on the
When-
other night when you shaved your head, as you are now? Well, you're not really bald. You just shaved your head, and your hair is growing back.
When does
So
your hair get-
I don't think at any point you are ever bald.
I
You
think
just
it looks
got-
good. You
Look
look
way
really
back.
handsome.
But that having been said, where did the $1,030 raised for
That's right.
cancer?
That's right. Let it
come
go to your
from?
head.
John, enough. Where did the money come from? Who gave you $1,035 to shave your head for cancer?
Probably come over here and talk to the mic.
Okay, this is John Burfellow. I know him of Medtainer fame. I give him money all the time. And actually, he's also a sponsor of the Pot TV studios, so he gives us money in return, too. Now, John, you're going to hospital tomorrow. I want you to tell people briefly about what that is. But you shaved your head at the big extract event Saturday night. You raised money. How did that happen?
Well, I was on the CNC Live the day before with Jeremiah, and one in the audience, we were talking, and this mention about cutting hair, and I said, I'll shave my head for some money. He said, I'll donate $150 if I shave my head at the Extract Zen party for Cannabis for Cancer. And I was like, well, I guess here we go, because I am going for surgery. Begins tomorrow, Thursday night, and then the surgery will happen Friday in the a.m. for a cervical alectomy fusion. So I decided to shave my head because I should get a haircut anyways, because it would be bugging me, just to support a good cause and to raise some money for cannabis and cancer research. And throughout the night, $1,035 was raised throughout the other people that were at the party. So there's probably hundreds of people who are throwing a 5, 10. I know Brian Cookie, Brian, he came down, Mr. Cookie, he threw in some money in the pot. Some other people came down from the show watching live to throw money in the pot. So it was really nice to see people step up, and hey, it was a fun event, and first time I've been bald my whole life, and I'm never going
Well, it
back
looks
to
good
long
on ya.
hair.
Well,
I
best
think it
of luck
looks
to
great.
you in your surgery tomorrow. And that makes me wonder, like, how much you'd get if you shaved off your beard, Jeremiah, and your hair and all that. And
I don't know if I could imagine you without a
He's out here
beard,
looking for
Jeremiah.
donors.
good luck, John. What about me? I'd get more if we did a live, worldwide broadcast, and I'll shave my pubes or something. That would be We'll see how tough our audience is.
Yeah.
See, that's all I can be. I challenge my audiences too. If you can handle it, I can handle it, right? That's how I'm kind of being.
We'll just cut back to the main camera now.
Every week,
thanks. Well,
this gets closer and closer to the Howard Stern show.
That's hilarious. Well,
Got legendary Dave Stone in the house.
yeah, man.
I don't know if
Dave
you guys
Stone
know who Dave
and
Stone
Rose
is, but
just
he's a
walked in the house.
fucking legend in music. Go check him out. Just saying.
Just saying. Yeah.
I get to jam with him sometimes. Just saying.
We had a really good jam night last night. There were some great sets last night. Holy
It started out with
cow.
a song that was really familiar, and but it was unusual. Was it a Doris song? What did you guys start playing last night?
What did we
I
start
don't
playing?
know.
There was a very haunting version of some. Time.
last night?
Yeah, that was time. Boom. But you guys didn't do the ticking clock, but the whole song was time. Yeah, because they loved playing that when I was in prison.
Come on down to the Vapor Lounge any Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. We've got open mic and jams in the key of green going on.
Wow.
Tremendous stuff last night. Holy
It was a
cow.
really fucking it was a
Really?
great jam. It was on.
Al,
last night.
as I look at you, I see a tentacle, a tattoo of a
You never
tentacle.
seen my tattoo, Mark?
No, well, but you know what? I'm not sure I get used to it. It looks like alien creatures are trying to seize your brain.
It's actually a horn.
Horn, okay, there you
Exactly
go.
what's happened.
Well, you know, when I was younger, the only people that had
Alien creatures.
tattoos
They
were
already have. That's why I've got a
convicts
tattoo
and
of horns.
sailors. When I was growing up, my dad had a big
Yeah.
eagle on his arm. He was in the Navy for
Yeah,
5 years.
mine dad too.
And then otherwise, the only people you ever saw were guys in the Navy like him with their 1 or 2 tattoos, or Betty or a heart somewhere, or convicts, like they had tattoos, right? Homemade ones usually, right?
Never been a sailor.
And now in the last 30 years, it's been an explosion of tattoo art on humans. And in fact, it's almost de rigueur for almost every woman to have a tattoo. Tattoos on women were unknown before 1968.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's
Really?
now
Right,
it's
yeah,
now
very
become
weird.
a really mainstream culture.
Yep.
Like it's not uncommon to go to like a bank and somebody's got a little trace of a tattoo somewhere. Like they can't show their full sleeve or whatever, but you can tell they've got ink.
Yes, very fashionable. I've got
Everywhere in society.
one
So is there
tattoo.
a big jar in front of my face right now?
No.
For the cam, no.
You're like in perfect. You're in perfect cam view. Yeah.
We got the jar.
Now the jar's right beside you, but the jar originally was down there.
No, there we are. It's all about protecting the youth today. No youth has been harmed during the show. Have you
None.
seen a youth here
No
being
youth.
harmed? Not one.
However, let me
Let
me enter that
In
fray.
my purse.
Is this one of the biggest reasons this is the single largest reason for me that we ought to legalize marijuana, is because all the other alternatives are much worse.
Yes.
If you had a teenage son or daughter, 15, 16, 17, you could not do anything less risky, less harmful than give your teenage son a couple of ounces of really great weed and tell him to find all the other pot kids and smoke them out and hang out together and stay away from all other cliques. Every other clique offers a much greater window of opportunity for trouble, whether it's drugs, whether it's injuries from athletics like football or cheerleading. Thousands of admissions to emergency rooms every year from both football and cheerleading exercises, like serious ass damage, right? And then you look at all the other groups the kids could join, from the jocks to the goth kids all depressed, and to the gasoline huffers, to the coke users, to the drinkers who all drive together too, usually 5 of them packed into a car and they've all been drinking. So I mean, they're all much a higher risk to take than hanging out with pot people, because the thing about when you're stoned from pot is you're self-aware. And that's where you want to put your teenager. You want to put your teenager amongst other self-aware kids, 4 or 5 at a time.
Makes
It
very good
guarantees
sense.
their safety. It guarantees an even-keeled conversation, as there are very few extreme conversations when 5 people are smoking pot or what have you. So not only should we not fear our teenagers getting hold of pot, we should be encouraging it above all other things.
Yeah.
Pot should be the first thing parents ask their kids if they're using, and then try to encourage them if they're not.
Yes.
Right? Because, first of all, that might have the opposite effect. I often think if we want to discourage kids from drugs and sex, we just have to tell them how much we old people love doing it. right? Oh, your
Yeah.
father and I, we love having sex. We can't wait to get with you. Oh, they'd just be so disgusted, right? And storm out.
God,
You know,
my parents
taint
have
sex in
sex
their
all
mind
the
for like months or
time.
years, right? You could do that with
I don't
drugs, you know. Oh, you were conceived after your father and I had a night of wild lust, smoking reefer all night long, and something like that. That'd probably keep them well away from it for at least a few
God,
months.
I don't want to
Yeah.
smoke that. My
And
grandpa smokes it.
Yeah, there you go. Right? Exactly. How cool would that be? I'm
Give
not
me
sure,
the
right?
ecstasy.
Well,
But that's
I-
what happens when we legalize pot. We might demystify pot, but we'll certainly take a lot of the money out of it. Once it's been legal nationwide for a number of years, it'll come down to $1 a gram generally at the retail level. It'll be even much less to produce on massive hectares of land here. And the real
and as more
interesting-
people use it too, more people know how good it is for them, and that will spread to everybody wanting to try it. And more
Well, we'll
people
have a lot of
try it
oils
and-
too, a lot of oils and a
Yeah.
lot of extracts, because
Yeah.
eventually people will get used to dosing themselves in the precise amount that they want.
And that's
Yeah.
really where the industry is going, is into isolated cannabis distillates, right? So you can take your THC distillate, your CBD distillate, your CBN distillate, and you can be, okay, I'm going to do 3 units of THC, 1 unit of CBN, and 2 units of CBD.
By the way, you were on television the other day. I was watching
on,
you for
on
some
Vice.
long time
Yeah.
on Vice TV.
Yeah, and Rico and I, we've done a lot of work with Vice Media in Canada. And it's been really fun, and we hope to do some more work with them in the future.
What was the name of that show, in case it comes on again?
That's
because it was
the
really-
Dark Gray Market.
That's right.
Yeah.
All about
And
the
it's
current
part
weed
of
scene. Really.
it's part of the best of Vice Canada, and it's a collection of the Vice online stuff put into a TV series. Well, Damien was, Damien's their host, right? So he's been the catalyst the whole time. We met them. Shit, it was.
Damien Abraham now.
Yeah, Damien's now Pot TV. But first time I met him, he was in town, and you snagged him for your show. And then it was like we just clicked.
Do we have some upcoming news soon about some prominent U.S. activists coming our way? All right.
It's top secret stuff.
That's coming soon, though, yeah.
You didn't hear that first here.
Yeah.
You were.
I've wanted to meet this
yeah?
person, though, so that'll be interesting.
I mean, we'll talk soon about that.
Yeah.
All right, very
Exciting
good.
times ahead. That's for sure. Now, I couldn't agree more with what Mark said, and essentially the way that we would say to protect the kids from marijuana is to give it to them.
Absolutely. They shouldn't be using their hard-earned money to go find weed. That's ridiculous.
Let the kids
Right.
smoke, damn it.
In fact, if we could corrupt kids by giving it to them free, it would take a lot of the money out of it. Now, of course, they might turn around and want to sell it. So, you have
Yeah.
to be certainly circumspect that they're actually smoking it.
No, I think that's maybe the way to go here in Canada is legalize marijuana, and only kids are able to sell it to the adults.
No, that doesn't make any sense either. But
Legalize
it's a fun
marijuana, and only
concept.
kids can sell it to other kids.
No. Kids,
So we open
kid.
up a new
I
market
agree
for
that
the kids.
young people need to be supervised.
No.
I'm not convinced anybody knows what they're doing much at age 18, 19, 20. Now, I say that because by the time I was 20, I was in business already 8 years, right? But generally, older people think younger people are not mature. So, and we do like the idea that that's why young people are supposed to be given a break. Instead, what we do is we incarcerate them at a higher rate than any other sector of the population through our drug laws and through
true.
our traffic
Yeah.
laws and all these other kind of laws that are basically designed to entrap young people, right? So if we could break that cycle, would be great. But I don't think we should stop considering young people worthy of forgiveness and worthy of foolish behavior and bad mistakes, right? They're going to do more of that at age 20, I would think, than they are at age 50. So I think
And there's certainly adults and parents lined up all over the world, mostly in the U.S., begging their people to get marijuana for their children.
those for the medical stuff, for the CBDs. Well, listen, I'm going to
Same
go.
time.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Kush
Great
Queen,
to
and
see you,
thank
Mark,
you,
as
Al.
always. Join
Yes.
us
For
anytime.
stopping by and visiting.
I don't know. I
Mark.
think
It's always
Mark
a
Emery
pleasure.
should have his own talk show
I
here
think
in
he
the
should
lounge.
have his own time.
Aye?
And you kind of own a studio.
Okay, well, that's it for us.
Okay, have a good
Thanks.
day, everybody. Goodbye.
All right, we're done. Bye. I said goodbye.
Yeah.
And if I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
We said good day. That's enough.
No, we're not done.
Yeah.
No, we told you guys you're gonna get your full entertainment value. We gave you 2 minutes earlier, 6-minute break, back for the rest of the show, which is what we're doing.
That's right.
There's a little breakdown as to what just happened,
So,
in case you're just joining us.
it's all about the youth. There's not been one youth in here today. I haven't seen a youth. No youths in danger. The Vancouver School Board, though, they're worried. And they came out with a statement this week, and they're going to vote on whether or not this resolution should be. The city has said that a dispensary can't be closer than 300 meters to a school, but they want it changed to 500 meters.
I don't like that.
Presumably, a kid can't walk 200 meters. They they did a survey in the school. Said, how far would you walk for marijuana? And the kids, well, 180, 190
Yeah,
meters,
it's
maybe. I
true.
don't know.
That last 20 meters, they're just like, no, they can't put it together.
And that was only like 6% of the kids asked. The rest of them went, God,
Bless you.
my grandpa smokes that.
Yeah.
I love the
no.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but the way I see it is that marijuana actually bridges the generation gap. That even though kids are brought up generation after generation being taught that they're supposed to be different than their parents, which they desperately try to be, they still like to consume the marijuana because they know that it's good and okay. Right? So they just look for a different way to smoke it to scare mom. Right? It's mom's marijuana, but they smoke it in a little tiny midget pipe with a butane torch. That scares your mom, right? I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a guy who's lived a lot, experienced a lot, and I'm really fucking smart.
I'm smoking weed like 2 generations.
Yeah. But here, I thought about it too in terms of this distance from the school stuff. And I thought to myself, well, I wonder how close the closest convenience store is to the school that sells cigarettes.
And
Right
lottery-
across the
lottery
street
tickets.
from every single one of them.
Yeah. That also stock the gum and the
Sugar.
sugar waters that they sell.
Hey,
to
remember
kids,
when they
which is-
sold kids fake cigarettes? Got the gum that looks
Popeye
like cigarettes at Popeye?
The powdered
That wasn't that
gum
long
ones.
ago. I used to love those.
So, I've got nothing against those convenience stores. I think that's okay to do because they are responsible and are expected to be responsible adults to not sell the cigarettes to the kids, right? So, what's the difference? And what are you saying that just because I want to sell marijuana that I am not a responsible citizen, that I cannot be trusted to not sell it to the kids? Is that the point of view that we're supposed to be taking here? Like, really? That won't stand up in fucking constitutional court for 10 seconds. That I don't have the same rights as a guy selling a killing fucking substance. Right? You can sell cigarettes. Something that'll kill somebody. Maybe not the kids, but anyone. It's okay to have that across the street.
I mean, technically, the
So-
city allowing a business to operate, but telling them you can't operate within a certain amount of meters of another business operating
That's
of
ludicrous.
the same nature is unconstitutional.
I want
They're
that.
actually not allowed to do that. So, like, dispensaries could, in theory, form a class action suit against the city.
Yeah, I want all
Just saying.
that big cluster of outdoor stores up on Broadway all busted up. Eh? It's dangerous for the neighborhood to have all
Well-
this outdoor equipment being fucking dragged
As
around.
a,
All
as a
these
citizen,
spike shoes and axes these people are pulling out of there across.
and
It's
for
ludicrous.
me as a citizen who doesn't drink coffee, has never drank a cup of coffee in my life, has
Really?
had never had a cup of coffee in my life, has had two
Oh, I don't know
two
if I can.
grandfathers die from excessive coffee drinking, heart attacks related to excessive coffee drinking. I think that I should have the
That'll
right
do
to say that there shouldn't be coffee shops within a certain amount of meters because they're so dangerous and.
Yeah.
But it's fucking absurd, isn't it? Isn't that fucking absurd if I went and said, like, oh man, there's a Starbucks right next to a Waves. Like, this is retarded. You can't have that. You can't have that.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
You can't have this restaurant
fucking
beside
ridiculous.
a restaurant.
This restaurant serves food and the one next door to it serves food.
This one has booze and that one has booze. And that one has booze and that has booze. And
So it's really, if the city is going to let a business operate, they can't have one or the other. They can't, it's just like everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So if the city wants to,
where do you come up with these things? That's golden.
I don't know. I come up with them left and right.
You can't have your what and eat
You
it?
can't have your cake and eat it too.
Wow.
Just came up with it
that
now.
is Fucking.
Yeah. Here, check this one. This is one I've been working on.
This is why he's here.
This
folks.
is what an apple a day keeps the doctor away. What do you think of that one?
No,
I've been I don't know. I'm just working on it.
I don't like
I like
apples.
I'm working
apple
on
a
it.
day keeps the dinosaurs away better.
I don't like apples or doctors.
Dinosaurs didn't exist. Didn't you read the Bible?
So
We used to ride them,
Is
didn't
there
we?
any fucking dinosaurs in the
Human-
Bible?
Jesus
There?
didn't-
Is there any dinosaurs in the Bible?
Yes.
No, there isn't.
Jesus rode a dinosaur.
Jesus did not. Jesus rode a dinosaur off to war. Jesus went to war against the Druids
Definitely.
in the Great War against the Druids.
That's right. Had to get around somehow back then. Pterodactyl? And that's how you fly a bunch of people around.
Here was another big headline.
Christ
that,
NATO.
They had a whole air force and everything.
Bedrocan, one of the big LPs here in Canada, has announced that it's lowered its prices to $5 a gram
Wow, for all of their weed?
across the board.
Well, it's about $3 more than it's worth, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, the board's only got like 6 strains on it, but at any rate, I just picked one at random because they don't have any. They made up new names. This one's called Bedica, which is their indica strain, and they say that it is available at both 14 and 17% THC. Like what difference? Fucking 3% THC.
I was kind of looking for the 15.5.
Yeah, if you don't have the 16,
Is it out of
man,
stock?
I'm all about this. See, this is a,
I'll come back.
like choosing a pool cue here at Bedrocan. But they say both of these offerings rely on identical genetics grown under standardized processes.
Well,
In this case, we have amended small elements of the growing process to bring our Canadian customers two varying THC levels of the same strain. They picked one early.
no, they harvest one's
And
bottom
one-
bottom buds, one's top buds.
Yeah, there
and
you
then
go.
Then they created a 5% ratio of variance.
But here's another very curious thing to me. They offered a certificate of analysis of this strain, this analysis being done by some outfit in the Netherlands that Bedrocan's hooked up with in the Netherlands. And under the strength, now they told me it was 14% THC. Under this one it said approximately 14% dronabinol. Dronabinol. 14% dronabinol. And less than 1% CBD. Dronabinol. So I looked up dronabinol, which is also called marinol. Is a man-made compound that contains cannabinoids found in the marijuana plant.
So you know what Bedrocan's doing, right? Bedrocan's standardized process is to, I would imagine, strip the plant of THC completely
don't know
and
what to make of
reintroduce the dronabinol at precise ratios.
Well, for all intents and purposes, it seems to me that they're selling this strain as a bud at $5 a gram. I don't know what I'm getting. Maybe I'm not getting leaf.
You're getting grass.
But I don't know what they're sending out there to these
Well,
people.
they're
but
selling you dronabinol.
It's not even marijuana now.
Which you could get in Marinol or Nabalone. What else is it in? Marinol, Nabalone. What's that? Sativex? No, Sativex is that's all natural.
Now, here's the thing. I went to some science page trying to look up dronabinol, and here's what they said. Dronabinol contains THC in standardized concentrations and does not contain other compounds found in street marijuana.
Street marijuana.
No, weed. that
That's
grows on the street.
right. It doesn't have those extra
Like in
compounds.
India?
Like the stuff you find
Yeah,
in
like
like
in India.
Manali
No.
or
Like, what the fuck is going on at Bedrocan? No wonder they dropped their weed to $5. They're not selling nothing. They got so much weed that nobody wants. They're dropping it to $5,
Yeah.
and they're using that as how compassionate they've become.
Yes. That's how they're trying to play it off, not as a marketing technique.
Really? It's not even fucking THC, but yet you said ahead of that it was. It's not even THC.
and it gives you a
It's
little
a
more
marketing
insight into
technique.
why Bedrocan weed burns so shitty.
And they're proud to be associated with Tilray.
Tilray. They mean the guys that are owned by the DEA guy?
No, I don't
He
know.
works
It's all
there.
collusion.
Who
So
owns it?
Marinol's
He's
a
an owner
bad.
too?
Marinol's a bad
Profiteer
thing,
Holdings.
actually.
It's his.
He's the guy that's in
I
charge
don't-
of Profiteer Holdings.
I knew he was there at Tilray, but yeah.
And that's who owns Tilray, or a majority
Profiteer
share.
does, yeah.
Yeah, and that's run
Oh, don't.
by
By this guy.
by an ex-DEA agent.
Scared.
Here is
Craziness.
another really important big headline I saw. It said legalizing marijuana could save Atlantic City. Then everyone went, nah, we don't want to save Atlantic City.
It'll turn into Atlantis.
It's like saving Detroit.
Yeah, well, really?
Nah.
Have you been to Atlantic
Like, is it
City?
even worth
Nobody.
it by now? Like at this point,
That's why it never succeeds. No. Here was the point of the article, of course. Atlantic City is in decline. The casinos are gone because nobody has any money to spend in the casinos, and so it's like a fucking ghost town and a beach. But no, they think marijuana legalization is the way to go to bring back life and
make it
vibrancy.
into Amsterdam.
But you
well,
know,
could you imagine if your poker chips were grams?
Yeah. Yeah, hash.
You know what
Chunks
I
of
mean?
hash, chips of hash.
You're just like, yeah,
yeah,
I'm
it
gonna
could
double
be
up.
that.
I'm gonna
There you-
double up. You leave there with
Big
10
pile
pounds.
of weed on your table.
Wow, that's a very good
That'd be
idea.
great.
Just a marijuana Atlantic City.
Just a
Oh,
marijuana
wow.
casino.
No, that
Texas
would be
smoke 'em.
spectacular.
Oh no, just full on. You can trade in like your your $10 coin is just kind of the regs, and then your $50 is like the bomb. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when I read the headline, I thought, wow, that's something. Eh? Here's Atlantic City, a big city in the fucking world, saying marijuana could save us, right? And that's, but you know, like that's very profound. I think a moment in time of the tides turning here, because we've always said that marijuana can save the world. Here's other people saying that, yeah, it can save our city.
Oh, that's huge.
It can save my child, right? It can save schools. It can save. It's beginning to save the world, folks. So just watch how quickly that'll happen. But pretty cool. I think it will. You know, call me Atlantic City.
Just
Why,
text him.
you
He
know?
prefers text.
Yeah, I'd rather have you text.
Really?
But
I like the phone call. For me,
Yeah,
texting takes so much time. Like, it takes like 20 minutes to get a literally a 10-second conversation out of the way. If somebody was to call, you can say everything you need to say in like under 30 seconds. But in text messaging, it's like,
And it's got the human touch
you know,
to it
it's
as
like
well.
it's just like Message. By the time the whole thing transpires, 10 minutes has taken
Pocket
place. Fucking.
Try to text that.
Yeah, try texting that, you know? You just call and say, hey, blah, blah, blah. Just wait, just say.
Blah, blah,
See?
blah.
Somebody's calling me right now. Oh, no, that was a text. No, that's a phone call.
Sounds like a Snake Charmers song.
That's
Yeah.
a phone? Mm-hmm. Why don't you pick up?
It's all the way over there. Oh, you're calling me?
We were calling you.
There we go. See, Marijuana Man's got the...
Oh, no, I got it.
Oh,
Got a
we should
long
put it on
message.
speakerphone. I like his answering machine. I've fallen for it.
Oh, that's not even the same one anymore. Oh, yeah, I change it once every year or so.
Oh, it's not cool anymore. I fell for it one time. And I felt like an idiot.
All right. Well, what else? I got one more thing.
What do you got? You want to go to that?
About
Oh, no, you're good on that.
There's
what's on now?
an
What are you
island.
talking about?
Okay, we only got a minute left.
Okay, sorry.
So,
Let's do this.
just want to
I'm focusing.
give a shout out to the island of St. Kitts.
Saint
St. Kitts.
Yo, what's up, St. Kitts?
They want to legalize marijuana.
Yes.
Really?
And a number of years ago, I lived on St. Kitts. Beautiful island that is one of the Leeward Islands in the Lesser Antilles, as you know.
The Leeward Islands, not one of the
Who doesn't
Windward
know that?
Islands,
Not
but
the
Greater
Windward.
Antilles.
Not the Windward Islands, but the Leeward. But
yeah,
it
it's
also
self-evident, of course.
It also said on on Wikipedia that Christopher Columbus discovered the island in 1493. But when you really think about it,
home.
he didn't discover nothing because there was already people there.
Yeah.
That's what he discovered.
He discovered their land and took it from them and claimed it for somebody else. Is what
Because
he
he was
did.
an asshole.
But I've actually laid on the beach many times there, looking out onto the horizon, knowing that in 1493, I would have been Christopher Columbus's sails. So, kind of cool. Really enjoyed living down there, smoked lots of weed, and now they're talking about it, and so will the rest of the Caribbean be talking about. It's not just Jamaica in the Caribbean. There's a lot of other islands that are part of a group together, and they're all starting to talk about growing pot. Right? So, good on St. Kitts, and I hope you do it. And Jelani, if you're still there, dude, that'll be good for your business, bro? Jelani was my Rastafarian friend, who, of course, was my connection. And
we all love our connections.
he used to say to me, "Oh man,"
Wait, Rasta smoke weed?
he said, "Oh man, don't smoke it
Cool.
in the house, man. Don't smoke it in the house. You got to smoke it in the atmosphere." So they don't know where it's coming from, right? If you get caught, it's not in your house, right? So, in the atmosphere, smoke your marijuana. So yeah, that's enough of that. Yeah, we've driven the crowd out of here completely.
Yeah, they're all
Everyone's gone
They're all
home.
gone.
They're all like, man.
Too hot. They're all saying, "Oh, they're all." Well, that's good to know that we're so hot that. Yeah. So thanks. Thanks to Al and Kush Queen.
Thanks for having me.
Jeremiah for all being
Thanks
in
for
the house here
having me.
today, and all our friends for being around too, and all you guys for watching.
Happy to be here.
And those of you who watch it later. Why you would, I don't know, but I'll watch it later.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll be watching this later. Did I?
Fuck, I wish-
funny faces I made behind his back.
I wish I would have known that. I would have.
Yeah, I
would've
don't
tried
get to
a little
see
harder.
the show while I'm doing it. So, thanks a lot for Mark for dropping by, and do check us out in all of the usual places. Jeremiah's show will be live Friday, 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
McMahon, not so lively. On Monday.
His last show was really lively.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah, very lively.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't
him and
move.
Jody
I watched
together.
the whole show.
It was good. Jody came on and co-hosted for pretty much the whole show.
Cool.
Right. Huh?
Great
Well, there you
chemistry.
go.
Fun
You just
times.
have.
Watch next last week's show then instead.
Yeah, exactly.
That one was pretty lively, I heard.
Yeah.
Yes, very.
Word on the street, people are talking about it.
There was just 115 people watching in the...
Stay out there, you guys.
It is.
Drive safe, please.
Okay.
Because if
Yeah.
I'm behind you, I'm gonna fucking get pissed right off.
Yeah, so fucking pay attention.
Don't drive like a loser, okay?
It's not some video
That's
game.
my message.
You know, it's just not some video game. This isn't internet hockey,
not.
everybody.
It's not. It's not.
It's not internet hockey.
It's
Just,
internet hockey.
just chill out.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Why is your phone beeping?
Fucking machines.
What are you
Technology
doing, man?
these days, man. It just beeps at you.
Trying to do a
All right,
show.
we're gonna get out of here. I'm glad you tuned in. Thanks for watching us. I'm Marijuana Man. Peace and pot. See you next week.